Hi and hello, friends. It's me, your old pal Voltaire, and welcome to the mic drop. And listen, everybody, change is in the air. The year is coming to an end, and humans are most comfortable in a stasis, in sameness. And if you don't embrace change, you will be crushed. You must adjust and compensate. The real test of a man, metal is made when he encounters change and adjusts and compensates and moves forward. This is when you get strongest, everybody. So embrace it as we come towards the end of the year, everybody. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for quality content. You're here for honesty. We don't read tweets or articles and pretend we have some insider information. We give you the honest takes, the real takes, and we discuss it with you and we give you friendship. But please remember that the mic drop is a free-flowing conversation that oftentimes touches on mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Woo! That was great. We are back live on the mic drop. Thank you, Voltaire, for that great intro. Thank you, Brian, for appearing. My good pal Bruce is upstairs. We got a whole week of activities planned, including breakfast and Pittsburgh Comic-Con. So
well, hang on. This is Max. Everybody loves the banter section of the show.
Yes.
Just like you're hanging around at a Buffalo Wild Wings with your buddies, chatting it up. So Max, you've got Bruce in town.
Yes.
Is Bruce in the building?
Yes.
Where is he?
But he's relaxing. He's relaxing.
Why does he come down there and give you a massage while you're doing the stream?
That would be nice. I could use one right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. That would be really good. Callie is here. I'm working on the game room. This is the Chase Lounge I got for free off Facebook Marketplace, and she destroyed it. It's all muddy under that blanket, but she's enjoying it now. So I'm working on the game. I'm working on the game room because I'm eventually going to do a room tour and collection tour. So I have something to add to the channel. Not only are we the most underrated entertainment talk here on YouTube, we are the most unbiased, brutally honest, and most consistent.
Right.
Because why am I saying this today, Voltaire? Consistently, we've been saying we don't know what's going to happen. Lots of possibilities. Stranger things have happened in Hollywood. And I'm going to put everyone on blast. Everyone that said 100% with a certainty, you got lucky, bro. You got lucky. It happened, and I'm happy for you. But we still don't know what's happening, and people are still acting with certainty like they know what's going on. This is unprecedented times in the entertainment industry. Unprecedented times. Netflix has changed the game when they went against Blockbuster. They put Blockbuster, and I have a lot of problems with Netflix as well. And then when they went streaming, this is the third most important development since the era of home video was at its peak. Things are changing. People's activities and habits have changed. And this is a big shift. And people are acting like it's the end of the world. And that's why what you said at the beginning is so important, Voltaire. The people that adapt and move forward are the ones that
adjust and compensate, everybody.
Yes. I'm the most unbiased. Why am I no longer carrying hashtags? It's because no matter how nuanced you say, people try to spin your words and frame your comments in a certain, like, you're part of this, you're a bro. Every single thing I say, I am no longer covering hashtags, no matter how. I actually supported every hashtag there ever been with fandom.
Well,
Talking about Save Daredevil, a Batgirl, restore the Snyderverse. I've supported.
Hashtag bring back the Mexican pizza at Taco Bell. You were a big supporter
Yes,
of that.
I support that.
but
No
I
longer,
do.
no
But I
longer.
will say that like technically one of the hashtags did kind of come to fruition today.
Wait. What?
I was going to say, technically speaking, one of the hashtags that was so controversial
Oh no!
did actually happen.
Which one is that?
I believe Zack Snyder's Justice League just got sold to Netflix.
What?
What?
No! That's crazy.
You're one of these
What a wacky day.
pros.
What a wacky day this is. Yeah. Now, people are also going to spin my words to
It
say,
brought me a lot of pain to say that.
yeah, CGH, for example. Shout out to CGH. Shout out to Canada. We love our friends in Canada. Delusional mic drop. Did I tell you anywhere? People do not know how to read anymore. I'm sorry, CGH. I'm putting you on blast. What does the title say? Why wouldn't you restore the Snyderverse now? It's not telling you it's going to happen. I'm asking why you wouldn't do. I'm asking you, why wouldn't you do it now? Why?
What is this? What is this narrative that Max wants at Echo Chamber? Max discusses all.
I didn't tell you what to think. It's asking a question because Brian answered the question right away. Brian, tell him your answer, which I disagree with. Why wouldn't you restore the Snyderverse now that Netflix paid all that money for Warner Brothers?
Oh, it's real simple. Rebel Moon.
And that's going to be people's answer. And I disagree.
But see, what I'm saying is if you want that unfiltered Zack Snyder DC experience, Rebel Moon.
But Zack Snyder's Justice League,
maybe he needs to be tampered with to make better art.
Is it?
You know,
would you agree that Zack Snyder's Justice League, in his adaptations of graphic novels in DC, is a lot more, garners a lot more buzz than his original works?
Mm-hmm.
Even now, even after Rebel Moon and Army,
that was the only thing that would it made his career. But the problem is it kind of pigeonholed him in that part in his career. Like he can't escape that. And what he needs to do is this UFC film. He needs to do movies that aren't like superhero movies. But I'm just saying, like, some people need to. If you're an artist, why do you want to paint on the same damn canvas 20 years later?
You know what people that didn't like Snyder stuff said to Snyder fans before? Go support his other work. Move on. And I saw it. And after seeing Rebel Moon and Army of the Dead and that animated one, which is actually, I think, the best of them, I enjoyed them. But after giving every one of those a shot and trying to move on to something better, I kind of want him to go back to
let him do
like No, I'm saying I gave it a shot. I don't think it's bad. I think there's a lot of great stuff in there. I think
you could literally say that about the Snyderverse, though.
Yeah, it's adaptation of other people's. It's adapted from comic books and his vision of the stories from the comic books, and I think that's stronger work. I would prefer him to do that.
But it was also reviled.
Right. That's not an insult, by the way. No. Some creators, when they're just given free reign, they don't do so good. David Lynch, I love David Lynch, but he had an editor for years. And then he stopped working with her. And his stuff started to get a little bit bananas and unwatchable. Nicholas Refn Wendig, he started going to the streamers and they told him, just come here. We'll let you do whatever you want. And it got a little meandering. Sometimes having somebody oversee things and help you and kind of reel you in helps these creators.
CGH, I'm calling you out again, bro. This is where you're exactly like the opposition saying Superman was a flop. Superman was not a flop. Rebel Moon was not a flop. I would say out of the two, Superman was probably more successful than Rebel Moon.
What do you mean?
But it was not a flop, and it got watch time. We don't know what's going to happen with Rebel Moon. From everything, it doesn't look like it's continuing.
No.
But it wasn't an absolute flop, like you're saying, suggesting.
Yeah.
It's like it got the watch time. it wasn't. I said before, Rebel Moon would have to be like a game changer in sci-fi and compete with Star Wars to really get it back. I did not foresee this coming at all. Oh, Larry's here as well. Hey, Larry.
Hey, what up, Max?
Rum Slinger, Larry Quirkwitz.
Oh, what up, Voltaire, Max, and Brian?
Yeah.
Voltaire, don't even get me started on that David Lynch talk. We're not going to go there. We're going to go to the topic. We'll talk about David Lynch one other
have
day.
a David Lynch stream another night. I would love to do that.
Well,
man.
The main question I want to ask.
We should do.
Why wouldn't you now, though? I think there's a lot of momentum. I think there's a lot of PR. If you already paid all that money, they already paid a lot of money for it.
Wait, for what?
Okay, so they have
set up the topic, please.
More.
Well, they've already
refresh
spent
me
money on buying. Netflix already bought Warner Brothers.
Put it up on screen, Max.
Yeah,
that's what Voltaire.
Yeah, you gotta do some kind of setup, Max. Come on, please.
Yeah, you gotta fill me in. Fill me in.
Okay, people come here for the news, Max.
Yes,
fill me in.
As of yesterday, Netflix is buying Warner Brothers. You get all that IP, you get all that stuff. Why wouldn't you now consider doing something with the Snyderverse? Why wouldn't you?
Oh, they definitely will.
They definitely will. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this much.
I think there's a lot to gain from it. Brian thinks that time is gone. Maybe you think the sweet spot's gone, Brian. Is that what you're saying?
I'm telling you, that ship sailed.
I don't think so. I don't think.
See, the thing is,
okay, that's interesting.
He had his chance, bro. Like, he had his chance to make his movies. They sucked.
Whoa, they sucked. Which ones? Aquaman 2?
No.
Flash?
Well, yeah, they all sucked.
But I know those weren't him. I was just kidding.
Everything from Batman versus Superman, pretty much downward.
But you mean after BVS or including BVS?
Like BVS sucked, and
including it.
It kind of kept.
Okay.
No, I
don't
know.
Right. Like that's a fair take.
Well, no, it's a very dreary movie, and it's bookended by funerals. Okay, yeah, Bruce Wayne's parents' funeral in the beginning, and Superman's at the end. It's
no,
up.
I mean,
if you're building the universe, you don't kill off Superman in the second movie. I'm sorry.
Well, I totally respect that opinion.
So,
because I love the Snyderverse, but I can criticize it for a lot of stuff, like shoehorning Doomsday and.
That's mainly where my criticism is. A lot of it doesn't narratively make sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
a film student by any stretch, and if I can figure that out, there's a problem.
Well, I'll tell you, Brian. I'm sure you've heard like his plan for later was to have.
Oh, I know it was horrible.
Batman have the kid with.
It was bad.
And I didn't like that. I don't like that either. But.
Trust me, I rolled deep, man. I was all for it, man.
No, I know you would not. No, but dude, I'm just gonna say. All that having said, I want more Snyder stuff. I don't agree with every one of his ideas, but I think he's in touch with the crowd and the audience, who's like, yeah, we don't like all the idea that all the Amazonians were Kryptonians. I think he got from the social media that we were like, yeah, not a great idea. And like maybe if he came back, like I'd be. But yeah, no. But to say Max's point. To Max's point, I think they're definitely keeping Gunn. Because the deal isn't gonna go through for another 12 to like 14 months.
Well, the thing is, his contract.
But
year 2, when that doesn't mean he's going. I want to also get.
No, he's not going to go to. No. But I'm just going to real quick. I just want to finish by saying, like, I think they would bring it back because they're cool with Zach. And they're like Elseworlds, multiverse, something. But yeah, Voltaire, I want to hear your take.
Voltaire, why wouldn't you restore the Snyderverse now after all that money spent?
Take everyone's money.
That question,
everyone's money.
You would, if you were in charge. I know you're
Voltaire. You'd want everyone's money
more than anyone else.
Yeah, but
your mic is really low.
His money.
What?
Your mic is really low.
My mic.
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds okay to me. Voltaire, don't you want everyone's money? Yeah, don't you want everyone's money, not just niche audiences?
He might not be sure it might make money. He would do it if it thought he'd make money.
So you're gonna get the Snyder Bro money and the Gun Bro money.
I'm
sorry. I know. I'm sorry. Don't worry.
I'm
okay. I'm okay. Don't worry.
All right, so if I'm the Netflix executive and I've bought this, you can't ignore these Snyder people. But I don't think you just put the Snyderverse back into effect and destroy the James Gunn thing. You have him, right? And I do like
I
what
agree with
he's
that.
doing. We've seen what the Snyderverse can do, but you bring Snyder in under the James Gunn umbrella. You bring him in for a meeting and say, "Look, James Gunn is running this thing. We want you to work. We want you to do some of these movies, but it's going to be under this umbrella in this universe." I don't know that you bring that stuff back. You're not.
That's what I want. No, that's what I want. I don't want an erasure of Gunverse. And they're friends. They did Dawn of the Dead together. They were on Rick and Morty together. So I feel like it's Netflix could like unite the fandom. Because think about it, Netflix wants to compete with Disney and the MCU. So how do you do that? You make a huge DC thing with everyone. Because I don't think Warner Brothers could afford Cavill and Ben Affleck and Godot, but maybe Netflix can. And keep Gunn's plan going too. That's just what I was going to say.
I mean, unless you want to pay $45 a month for fucking Netflix, this will never happen.
That's going to happen anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You're at least getting the 40.
There's no way that look. There's a new Superman. Okay, that is the death of the Snyderverse. Okay, it's over. Right?
No.
I mean,
no. That's like saying Man of Steel. That's like saying Man of Steel was the death of the Reeves-verse.
Did you see the Spider-Man? Like, why?
They all exist.
Here's the criticism that I think is valid that Snyder Bros. I'm not a Snyder Bro anymore. That Snyder Bros levy. Why is it okay for Marvel to have all these things? Like, you have different Spider-Man pointing at each other. You have all these other properties bringing back and saying homage. Arnold always comes back. You think he's gone, they bring him back. There's all these things that just
and we never
but because it's DC, because of all the baggage and the bullshit of Warner Brothers, suddenly you can't do it just because they're assholes.
Yeah, but we never thought Keaton would come back.
Why can't we want that? That happens in all these other IP. Just because the fans are assholes or Warner Brothers assholes. You can't have that. You can't have nice things. It happens in all these other IPs.
You're 100% right.
Interesting.
And we never thought we'd have Keaton back.
And even the CW version, before there was baggage, they used to have homages to different versions of Superman and stuff. There's so many ways to do it. We're talking about comic books.
Are you familiar with professional wrestling?
Yeah.
And what happened, in the early 2000s, 2001-ish. Mm-hmm. There was a wrestling company called World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Okay, let's just call them DC. Okay, they got bought by their competition.
Yep.
Okay. And what happened?
They merged, baby.
It diluted the brand.
No, because people from WCW joined WWF, and it became homogenized.
It diluted the brand so bad that.
But that's specific to that brand.
What I'm saying is
you're making a good point. Good analogy.
I'm using it as an analogy. Okay.
No, it's a great analogy.
That over the course of time, it's just not there anymore. And I'm telling you,
what they do, they joined WCW and WWF together.
They did, and what happened?
That's what I'm saying.
It watered the product down. Nobody watched it.
I watched that shit.
Yeah, but that's specific to that. I mean, it's still a good strategy to merge companies and unite the fandom. Take everyone's money.
It will not. And not only that, but I think what it'll do is it'll take. So, like, let's say we're getting 25 billion or whatever, 25 million. Or I don't know money. Okay, but let's say we have a allotted amount of money for a new Superman project. Okay, but now we have another Superman project. Where are we getting that money from?
Netflix. That's a good question.
Yeah, but maybe Netflix can afford it in a way that Warner Brothers couldn't.
I want Voltaire to answer this. So Netflix is a different budget than Warner Brothers as it is now, and they have been consistently just throwing money at the wall at stuff, and they're still number one. They're still succeeding. So they might stop that in the future. But this is not Warner Brothers anymore. This is Netflix Warner Brothers. This is Netflix WB. They don't have the issues that HBO Go had, HBO Max, HBO Discovery. At least we don't think they do. This is this is like Disney. This is on the level. Let me bring this up here because this is one of the most significant days in entertainment history. This is bigger than when I believe, when Disney bought Fox or Star Wars. There are so many IP that Warner Brothers has, and the industry has changed so significantly in the last couple of years since the pandemic, the strike, and theaters are not booming. Like people are not coming back to the theater. There's no real excuses except they're not tentpole films that people what they experience.
Well, the thing is,
people on this panel, we love entertainment. We talk about entertainment all the time, but the majority of us here and the majority of the viewers too, regardless of what you say, there's not many Crazy Joes. There's not perps. There's not a lot of those people that go to every movie. A lot that support the theater that much, or Reyes, or that's great.
Yeah,
and I love that they do that and love movies. Lots of us do not go see all these movies. Go see the temple film.
Yeah.
Voltaire, how many movies did you go to the temple ones if you can, right?
Right, I go to big movies,
and you love supporting the industry. It's just a lot. There's a lot competing for entertainment eyes right now. The industry has changed. So this moment in time is, I think, the most significant in quite a long time. And I'm not celebrating the downfall of Hollywood. But
it's not the downfall of Hollywood. It's not the downfall of Hollywood.
Hollywood has created this problem, too, with consumer confidence because they abandon shit and move on and try to reboot it all the time. And I think that's also part of the
Warner
problem.
Brothers.
besides quality, like, why would you just abandon shit? Like, if you, like, some people I know don't even get invested in a show unless it's 2 seasons in. Like, I'm not going to start a show. They're probably going to cancel it.
Well, Netflix, unfortunately, is known for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
cancel stuff prematurely.
You mentioned it earlier when you said that the Rebel Moon got a lot of views. So Netflix measures success differently, right?
Yes.
And this is where they're going to win. They don't rely on box office. They rely on hype and getting people to view it, right? That's what's important to them. So if they have a project, when they announced Rebel Moon, people were excited about Rebel Moon. People were like, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to check it out. And they got streaming numbers. We don't know what they are, but they saw it. So
and whether people liked it or not, they got those numbers.
They have to churn that out. And if the CEO of Netflix did a variety interview, and he's basically just crapping on the Hollywood studio system and about that this has changed and people just haven't accepted it yet. Are we at that precipice point? Are we at the Napster point?
Yeah, but did you guys
hang on, Larry?
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Point for movies where streaming, like, everybody went and bought CDs, and then we were kind of at this tipping point, and nobody buys CDs, and it went away. Are we at that point with movies now where people are just going to stream
we're
at
past
home?
that point.
I would answer your question too. And fanboy logic likes to say, and just like Grace Randolph, why she's in the thumbnail, they like to say, they act like everything on streaming is made for Redbox. It's not. There's some really quality stuff, and honestly, if I was going to compare the recent stuff I've consumed lately, I would like, what can I live without? I would say I probably could live out without movies, and I want this streaming stuff. These streaming shows go deeper, really cool quality content, and if you ask the fanboys, the fanboys that go to all the movies and stuff, not all of them, but some of them will say streaming's quality is bad, but I don't think they give it a fair shot. And it's kind of like that fanboy mindset. I know I'm a fanboy of the theater experience too, but
see, what are we talking about here? Okay, we're talking about the difference between a theatrical Marvel movie, which spends a shit ton of money on special effects, over She-Hulk.
Well, that's different.
Well,
there's like
that's what they're talking about, though. That's what they're saying about
streaming.
But because they're not dedicating what resources they can to that project because it's frankly not.
Can I give a retort? Wars, dude. A retort to Voltaire.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you saw this article, but they said they're not going to stop theatrical releases. They might just shorten the window. No, they said they're going to shorten the window.
And I actually say that's actually bullshit.
But wait, what's bullshit?
That they're not going to slow it. And they're not going to stop completely. No, that's true.
No, they're going to. They said they're going to shorten the window.
They're going to say whatever they can to appease as many people because there's contracts already in place. It doesn't happen for a year.
Yeah.
And they're going they're probably going to slow down theatrical significantly.
You think so? I don't think so, man.
I think is actually what the market is deciding on its own anyway. Besides, if Netflix is going to do that,
think about it like this.
There's not as many big theatrical movies that make money
obviously,
anymore. There's not as many as releases.
No,
and
obviously.
If you talk about like 2030, like you get a few more years in, there's going to be less theatrical.
But no, we're talking. First of all, we're talking about 2026 because it's going to take effect in like a year.
And executives are going to say whatever they want.
I know, but
people want to hear to get the
But my theory, I'll just tell you my theory. I'll be real quick. Is like William, shout out, Sci-Fi Center, was saying like, oh, Netflix isn't interested in theater releases, and I was like, yeah, but I saw Frankenstein in the theater. It was great, and he's like, well, that's like a special release, and I was like, all right, and I think he was wrong. Love you, William. I think they are interested in getting into the theater game because then they can get people that aren't subscribers to see stuff in the theater, and then a month later it'll be on Netflix for the subscribers. And they might have like a theater pass. They might have like a Netflix theater pass deal. They're gonna get people back to the theater.
You kept talking. I was gonna say.
Listen, I think like you. I think like you.
What if Netflix has a tier that's not only subscription but it's a theater?
100%. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. No. Why not? They want to bring more people in.
Well, let them answer it, Larry.
They will have their 30 and 45-day releases, and that will be to appease creators like Guillermo del Toro and get Oscar consideration and that kind of thing, right?
Well, they want that. They want Oscar consideration. It's good.
They see the writing on the wall that they're not going to make money in the theaters, and they are actively. I agree. They are actively trying to destroy the theater experience.
Yeah, but they're willing to risk. Maybe they will make money in the theater.
It's contrary to their entire model.
Is the business model of Hollywood has to change, and it is changing.
There it is.
That's why Netflix succeeded in buying a studio. Because
but changing. Yeah, go for it.
No, they're gonna change. It has to change.
No, it's gonna change, but that doesn't mean no more theater releases. That's all. I think.
I'm saying that. I've never said theaters are going to be completely gone. What I'm saying is that theaters are going to be a completely different experience. It's going to be like going to see a play. Yeah. It's not going to be like going to an actual theater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
It's like the nerds who go and buy vinyl, right?
For better or worse.
It's going to be a special niche thing. Expecting billions of dollars out of a movie, unless you're going to
maybe that's a good thing.
And like a fucking stadium.
Netflix wants to get in that business. I think
maybe that's a good thing, though, to get away from the $1 billion. If we don't make $1 billion, it's a failure. Cancel the whole franchise. 100%. I mean, that's what we just went through with Snyderverse.
And then you got. See, the thing is, okay, like CGH was complaining about.
They're so reactionary.
He was complaining about the price of the concessions, and he was saying, "Oh, well, they should put security and all this." Who's gonna pay the security, dude? When the theaters are losing money as it is.
No, it's crazy.
They're already jacking up the
prices. The prices are crazy.
But
maybe something has to happen to save theaters. Like it might save theaters if it changes. Because the way it is now, you're right. No one goes. Max, you were saying it before. People don't go the way they used to do, and even avid film goers who used to go all the time don't go the way they used to. They're very picky and choosy. It needs something.
People will always side with convenience.
Yes,
exactly.
Period.
You're right.
Whether you like it or not, I don't understand it either. I don't.
But that's why
I don't want to watch movies on my phone. Where's my phone?
Yeah, but that's why I have that
tools. Okay,
that's why I have the AMC list because I get free movies. So if I go, it's convenient for me because I'm saving money. If I go, because each month I'm paying for like one movie. So if I go 3 times a month, I'm like, nice, getting something out of that. So I could see Netflix doing that.
Yeah, but I just don't. I think they want to move away from that. I am going to say something, and we don't talk about this.
You might be right.
And this is not financial advice. So Netflix stock on the announcement of this thing, it actually dropped. Okay, which is interesting. I think that's short-sighted. I think this is Netflix making a big move.
I might put some money.
Tell everybody.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just going to tell everybody. Daddy Voltaire bought some Netflix stock today.
Dude, you're right.
Some more. So
you're right.
I'm just saying.
You're 100% right.
They are. I just see them as a Napster, and of all the streaming wars out there, and everybody has said Netflix is going to go down, and they raise their prices, they kill the password sharing, and now they've got IP. Everybody, They've got
That's right.
major.
That's what they're buying. That's what they're buying.
Right.
Yeah. And
Like-
HBO Max, like a streaming
We're
service, but
talking
mostly
Dune.
IPs.
They just got mother effing
Dune.
Harry Potter.
Yep.
But they've got a deal with Jerry Jones and the NFL to broadcast games on Netflix.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
With
That's
this?
huge.
Really?
That's huge.
I didn't think about that.
This year, Christmas games.
That's huge.
Now, what is that? Is that this year, Brian?
Yes, Christmas game's going to be on Netflix.
Wow.
And isn't wrestling on Netflix now?
Raw is on Netflix.
Raw, yeah.
Wow. Dude. There's all kinds of stuff on Netflix. It's changing the paradigm of the business. Okay, it suits people's convenience. It just makes sense. Okay,
you're right.
As far as like theater going experience, I've been on here talking about it. Like I couldn't tell you how much. I do not like the theater going experience. It's not fun.
There's not enough time in the day to dedicate that. I like to watch movies in halves.
I can watch movies at 10 o'clock in the afternoon to where the only people who are in the theaters are like 60-year-olds, dude.
That's where you have to go. I was gonna say, go when no one's there.
I do.
The best.
It still makes no difference because that ticket's expensive still. Even if it's at a matinee price,
not if you have an AMC.
I'd rather watch it with my dog at home, or
they don't have an AMC within 100 fucking miles of this.
Oh, I forgot. No, I know, Brian. You don't have that.
I don't have AMC unless
I know. I remember,
bro.
I remember. No, I remember that. Wait, so I have a question for Voltaire, real quick. A lawyerly question. So
we got to get this super chat too. Thank you.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh, Rational Skeptic, $2 max. DMD merger news from Jeff Snyder. Yes, thank you, Rational. Appreciate the support. We'll cover that right after Larry and Voltaire. Go ahead, Larry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say hell yeah, shout out to Rational. I think people who've been reporting on the Netflix buying thing keep mentioning how I guess it was some article mentioned that they're looking into antitrust stuff, like the government.
Yeah, I sent Max a link to that article, and it's Pocahontas herself, Elizabeth Warren, who's bringing up.
Nice.
Who's bringing up the antitrust stuff, that this is a whatever.
Oh, Warren.
Guys,
hey, say that about every merger. Most of them go through. There's very few that have actually stopped.
This is going to go through.
No, but
trust me, they're very happy that
it's going to go through.
Didn't buy it. They're actually happy that Larry didn't buy it. You know what I mean?
I am too. Yeah, I'm happy too. Yeah, about both of those.
Thank you. Daily reminder: Snyderverse is dead, never coming back.
Oh my God,
Anthony! You don't know that. He's allowed to say
you're disappointing me
because I don't care. I don't.
Hey, I love Anthony. He's disappointing me to my core.
Okay, you might be right. You might be right, Cheeseman.
Okay, so here's my real question for you.
Or anything, I don't care anymore.
my real question. Oh, keep the hope, keep the faith, Max. Faith, Max. So Voltaire, my real question is, how could they say this is antitrust when the Disney one wasn't? Because Disney,
they said that too, and they were against the Disney one. They're always against.
Oh, they were.
They always go through because money changes hands.
Oh,
and
well, I would just. Well, if I was the Warner Brothers people, I'd be like, hey, if that went through, then this can go through.
If we were talking about doing something to save people's jobs and people, then I'm like, that might not happen. But if we're talking about people, if we're talking about big corporations making money, merging and obtaining IP, it's going to happen.
Like even like Jason Kilar was like, oh, this is really bad for competition. And I'm like, really? Like, come on, dude. Like,
they would say that no matter.
And I don't even believe it in this case.
The worst fears are true with the net.
Yeah, but there's a lot of what about the people who also bid, like Paramount? Like those are competitors. Yeah, like they could do whatever they want.
Here's
ABC, NBC. I mean, that's a lot of stuff, and they don't want CNN, by the way.
Here's the expert movie talk.
They're leaving CNN on the table.
The rest of the industry is pissed off because they know Netflix is winning the streaming
the streaming
experiment.
Wars.
They won the streaming wars, and they wanted to compete with Netflix. They wanted to buy WB to compete with Netflix. So that's why everyone else is pissed off, because the biggest dog
good for them. They could be
just
pissed.
got it,
yeah,
and then they're whining about it. That's just
I don't hear any of this antitrust crap.
They wanted to compete.
Yes,
it's always been Disney Plus, HBO. They all wanted to be the next Netflix, and none of them were.
Hey, I think
I'm not a Netflix simp It's just reality. None of them
maybe we need Netflix.
Numbers.
We need Netflix to be big with WB to combat Disney, which is took over everything.
Am I on point there, Brian? Why is everyone else whining? Hollywood, they all wanted to compete with Netflix. Hollywood and the theatrical wanted to compete with
theory.
Netflix. It's always like, what is Netflix releasing, dropping day one? Netflix sometimes would screw up theatrical releases by dropping Stranger Things or something, you know?
And they drop stuff without even telling anyone. It's just word of mouth.
It's exactly like Voltaire said. It's like Napster. Okay. iTunes is just around the corner right now, bro. And as soon as iTunes comes out, we're going to spend 99 cents a song and it'll be all good.
Okay. Changes the business.
Yeah. It has to change.
And Larry brings up the antitrust thing, and that's a good point, Max. Now, Max, if you look in your Twitter DMs, just for fun, look at I sent you a couple of articles, but look at the last one I sent you where I told you I made a comment about Elizabeth, the Variety article. If you take a look, bring that up for me if you would, just so you see like how invalid this is. Now, look, they bring up Max said it every time there's any merger, they bring up antitrust, but these politicians, you know, I don't need to tell anybody, whatever side, you don't believe them. Okay, they just talk. And if you look at her comments here, if Max can, do you want me to bring it up, Max?
I got it now.
Okay. So she comes out right away.
It's because nobody cares about Avatar, CGH.
And okay, so scroll down. Like, so she's okay. So look at her first quote. This looks like an anti-monopoly nightmare, right?
Oh God! Look at that
creating
picture.
A massive. Now keep scrolling to her next quote, just so you see what her intentions are.
Put her face back on there.
Warren called on President Trump and the Justice Department to enforce antitrust.
Okay. Oh, thanks for making it political, Elizabeth.
Here you go.
You're so awesome.
Go ahead, Max.
She sucks. Man.
Okay.
And I'm a huge left.
All right. Under Donald Trump, the antitrust review process has also become a cesspool of political favor. It always is, though, before Trump.
Of course it is. It was never.
When did Disney buy Star Wars and Fox? And Microsoft bought Activision under Biden. It's always been that way.
That's right.
And people still complain about that one. And
because they're not parking Paola Upper Pooper. And that's how politics works.
The Justice
that's alliteration. That's great.
Our nation's anti-monopoly laws fairly. That's why they paid the money to break off the Discovery part. They paid extra $5-6 billion to break up the. Do you know about that part of the deal?
It might be right, but what are these two companies going to do otherwise? Like
a true monopoly. A true monopoly is like a plan, a combination, or a scheme to control everything. Just because Netflix gets Warner Brothers, they don't control everything. They don't even control the biggest IPs. They control a big IP, and they already have a lot of subscribers. This is not a true monopoly in the form. I'm against monopolies. I'm free market, right?
I mean, it would be a monopoly if everything you watched was Netflix. Literally, like
correct.
You couldn't change a channel and it would not be Netflix or something related.
There's other streaming, and honestly, you could say that Hollywood theatrical is.
I don't get it. Like,
and look at she's saying that there's possible influence and bribery. Like again, she turned it political just to say, you know, it's just. They're going to do the review, but look again. Disney bought Century Fox. Everybody, I would argue that's a bigger monopolization. Disney's gigantic. Disney owns too many IPs as it is.
This is called grandstanding, is what this is.
Yeah. So you know,
yeah.
I don't.
She sucks.
How many do we actually know? Every time this is, oh my God, a monopoly. How many times have they actually stopped these big IP mergers?
Never.
You know, I don't know. You know, the biggest example,
or maybe sometimes.
Here it is.
Slow it down.
Maybe ones we haven't heard of.
Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. So remember, satellite radio was a thing like 12 years ago, 15 years ago. There was two satellite radio companies, XM and Sirius, just two. Then they wanted to merge because neither of them was doing that good, and there was monopoly talk. This is and guess what? There's no Sirius and there's no XM. There is Sirius XM now. There is one company. And it's
it's like AOL.
Monopoly on satellite radio. It is literally, there's no other. If you want satellite radio, if you're a trucker and you want satellite radio, where else can you get it from?
That's it. Yeah. No, they won the war. And you know what? I'm sure AOL,
if you're buying your car and want to keep its warranty, what do you have to buy? Satellite radio.
Oh yeah.
And there's only one company, Brian, right now. So there you go.
I'll tell you a funny story that's related. Is I remember being at a porn convention in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Years ago, at the AVN Awards. I was nominated for Best Music, so I was there for a good reason.
What?
Oh yeah.
I would not have missed that one either, Larry. Larry, when's the next time we're going?
Exactly. Oh well, next time I do music for one, I'll
that would be kind of. You know what? The only reason I would suggest
that's your next
going to conventions lately. That's an interesting one to go to. What
it's
do you
a great one to go to.
Not think about the Mic Drop convention.
Mic Drop porn convention, AVN. It's great. It's wild. I mean, there's one in New Jersey, which is pretty wild.
Oh, okay.
All right. Exotica. But I've been there too. But I'll tell you something. I remember being, because this was like, I don't know, 04, 05. Like this is like 20 years ago. And I remember being at the LA convention, and it was the porn convention. Ooh. I gotta look it up. I will find what year we were there and let you know. But we did not win, by the way. We were nominated for 2 films, Best Music, and we lost. But just to be nominated is such an honor. It's such an honor. No, but I'm going to tell you the relevant thing is like when we were like leaving, they were like setting up the electronics convention because in Vegas, like they're smart. They're like, because there'll be a carryover. So a lot of these businessmen from the electronics convention are going to go to the porn convention too. They're going to get tickets so they can, be there too. They're already going to be there.
Some VHS signed. I mean, what?
Oh, definitely. Oh, you definitely could. No, but the thing is, though, I remember the banners. There were these banners on the wall that were Blu-ray, and other banners were high definition. Like not the tech, the brand.
And if you were to go to one of those conventions,
and they were competing.
If you were to go to one of those conventions 15 years earlier, it had been Betamax and VHS.
Exactly. No, exactly. And I remember that in real time, seeing that, and then a few months later hearing like Blu-ray 1. And if you want a high def, it has to be a Blu-ray.
We have to address,
that's all.
We have to address the Lord in the chat, Lord Necron.
Whoa.
Listen, I know I'm not part of any fandom anymore. Yeah. I'm not dealing with all that bullshit. Everyone against each other. Necron. All I'm saying is, if you carried the hashtag sell to Netflix, you got to be thinking something. I at least thought. I at least think people need to might want to consider apologizing for calling other nerds crazy.
Yes, thank you.
No, because anything's possible.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to take a break for a second because I've been talking a lot. But shout out to Slipknot fan who said something funny that a lot of the, ski, say what you want about ski, people who are, other channels that are like really pro, like sell to Netflix.
I don't even want to mention his name.
No, wait, hold on.
Issues. Yes,
No, you don't have to mention anything. I'm only mentioning one name, and it's fine to mention. But there's other people I can't even think of their names, so you're safe. But the thing is, they were only talking about license these IPs to Netflix. They never even thought Netflix would buy the whole company. So of course they're going to be happy, and they should be, because they called it kind of, whether they're right about Snyderverse or not
that crazy.
They were like, "Ooh, license! Why don't you license DC to Netflix?" It's like, oh, guess what? Netflix is buying the entire company.
Yeah, it still doesn't.
Oh, you think someone's going to swoop in?
No, I'm saying it doesn't mean
another company.
They're going to do anything with this Snyderverse.
No, I'm not talking about Snyderverse. I'm just talking about DC. DC, I know they're Snyder Bros, and they want the Snyderverse, and so do I. But let's just talk about objectively what they were saying was, DC should license certain IPs to Netflix. And it's like Netflix was like, we're going to buy all the IPs, actually.
They actually got
so
it from
that's
Zaslav,
it.
Selling the other shelf projects, other Batman animated to others.
Exactly. Exactly. I remember when they were doing that, and a whole different
watching.
No, a whole different topic
you
is
don't
like
exist, so I don't believe it.
Oh my god. Fans are there's Dark Tower fans that are excited for Mike Flanagan to do Dark Tower And that's supposed to be Amazon, but it might be on Netflix. Like they might license it out.
A lot to it. Yeah, take your little quick break and come back.
This was my outro. No, I'll be back.
Okay, all right. Because I want to get Larry. I want to get Voltaire and Brian on this one and another topic that I'm just going to say this. You don't know. John Campea came out and said, I have an insider, the same insider that told me about Ben Affleck stopping his Batman. The first time he stopped his Batman, told me that James Gunn's going to be around. Zaslav, Abdi and DeLuca are going to be around. I'm not sure about Safran, but I will say this to you fans too. You don't know what's going to happen. First off, James Gunn did not get an extension yet. But I will ask this question here. Why would you get rid of him? Even if you're for the Snyderverse going forward, this is where we're the most nuanced, most unbiased. This is really where we bread our butter here. Because even if you want it to continue, because some people are like, it's only one or the other. If you get one, you have to get rid of the other. If you were going to do something with Zach, if you're going to have him work with James, why would you get rid of James at this point? That would be lunacy. I'm sorry. Sorry to break it for you. I don't think there is any reason to get rid of James Gunn and not extend his contract. That there's some progress. Did Superman make a lot of money? No, but it made significantly more than the Snyderverse. Why would you get rid of James? But honestly, we do not know what's going to happen. We do not know. People are acting like he's going to stay for good just because an insider said he's okay for now. Yeah, he's okay for now because he's about to film Man of Tomorrow, and he's still got another year on his contract, but it expires next year. And that's when that's when the real stuff starts changing, when Netflix really takes over, is after a year. So we don't know either way. Voltaire, can you get your expert opinion on here? Nuanced, unbiased here. Do we know for certain that James Gunn's not going anywhere? I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think you should remove him, even if you do something with Zach. But we just don't know because it's a year away, and lots of things could change. Unprecedented territory. Go ahead, Voltaire.
And we don't know. And that's the whole thing, right? We don't know if there's some executives over there that don't like him or he doesn't like them. But yeah, they're not getting rid of him right away.
They want to probably see something that's coming up soon is the Supergirl trailer. And yes, Rational, we are getting into your DM because it ties into this topic. The Supergirl trailer, they might want to see how that hits. Does it get good views? How's the reception of Supergirl? How's the reception with Lanterns? Lots of this stuff, you could say, yeah, we're keeping them now. And then maybe Supergirl, I don't think this is going to happen. People say, because you bring up these scenarios, you think it's going to happen. If Supergirl doesn't land and Lanterns doesn't land, then you have a whole different scenario. And that's at the end of his contract, even if he films Superman of Tomorrow. So lots of things.
I think he gets a chance under Netflix's umbrella because Netflix loves bringing big name talent. And James Gunn is big name talent who has a track record, and Netflix loves that. So
there would be no reason to get rid of him. Yeah, I see there's a chance that Zach does something, but there's absolutely no reason to get, like, some people that are think, oh, now Zach's coming back. It's possible, but why would you kick James Gunn to the curb right now? That would just make things worse. Well, Brian, your expert opinion on this?
Right?
Now, just go with the scenario, Brian. Okay, maybe they might do something. Maybe they might do an animated something for Zach. Do a layup to finish things off. In what scenario? And I'm saying it's possible they get rid of him, but why would you get rid of James Gunn at this point? There's just no reason, I don't think.
Oh, there's no reason. I'm so over this. Like, I wish it would end. No, it's just like you
okay there, buddy?
I love it.
No, James Gunn, like, to pull the plug.
This is the end.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, I'm just over it, man. I hate all the universes.
You hate all the end.
I think
this could be the end to all the arguing.
Comic book movies as a genre is on its deathbed, anyways. So pulling plugs isn't really going to make any fucking difference at this point. So yeah, you probably get your Snyderverse and as like a cartoon or a TV show. Cool.
That's right, baby. Something. Elseworlds.
Good for you.
And good for Gunn fans for Gunn to continue.
No,
it's good for Gunn fans.
It's good for nobody
Also,
because we were all assholes getting there. You understand?
Yeah, but think about
there were no innocents in this.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be an asshole if Gunn stuff get canceled.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I want it to continue.
People were assholes to Snyder people. Snyder people were assholes to Gunn.
I know.
People.
You're right.
Just like it was before Gunn was announced. It was people who were DC fans but didn't like Snyder. So that was a big thing.
But I'm about uniting. I'm about uniting the fandom. Yes, we could all give them money together.
It will never happen.
We can all give them money. It works in capitalism.
Talking about the most divided fandom over Star Wars.
No, it's jazz. That's all.
Okay, this fandom is divided way more than Star Wars is, and you got to think, "Oh, Star Wars is really divided." Blah, blah, blah. No, okay, there are two clearly defined lines. Here, it's all over the goddamn place. You got
so, Brian, you don't think they could unite? Sorry,
who are like, yeah, I don't like any of this crap because it goes away from the comic books. Bruce.
No.
Ooh, catching a stray.
No.
He's not around.
I'm defending Bruce.
Caught a stray.
He's very
just kidding.
He's sleeping. I thought he was sleeping.
There you go.
No, but Brian, you don't think that they could unite the? You don't think they could unite the Star Wars? No, the Star Wars. I was going to say.
Oh, Star
Wars fandom. If they had the right idea, can you imagine a way?
That's always been a possibility, and it's coming. And not only that,
you can see it, right?
It's coming. Star Wars, it's coming small bursts. Okay, we got Andor. Okay, if you're a Star Wars fan and you didn't like Andor, people who hate Star Wars loved Andor.
Exactly.
Okay,
so it's slowly building towards a connection, right?
Situation in which every DC fan would be pleased. I don't. Think I don't think
so. That's how. See, I can see it.
Okay,
I can see it. The way you can see it for Star Wars, I can see it for DC.
But as far as DC is concerned, being in the trenches, dealing with
Marvel is a stretch,
back and forth. Okay, between these fandoms for the last better part of like 5 years now. Okay, the vitriol between the two after they broke up, because dude, in 2021 when the Snyder Cut came out, we were a united fandom. I remember, I was there. I bought the t-shirt. Okay, I was on the poster, so was Max. All right, but the moment that movie came out, you had two camps, and that split the DC fandom up into like 3 or 4 fucking camps.
And it's still split.
Too many.
No, you're right. It's worse now. You're right.
Okay.
It evolved
and not only that, but we're talking about the popularity of the comic book genre as a whole. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of blame MCU for that, and they're trying to bring it back with Doomsday.
But dude, we'll see. With the MCU, bro, it's 30 goddamn movies. Okay. It's like, oh geez, another one. Okay. DC, they never
but they're trying to.
They're always constantly restarting. If you restart again, nobody's going to have interest in.
Well, no, they shouldn't restart again. That's what they already did. That. But that's what they already did.
Canceled. So it's
but that's what they already did. That they already restarted.
They're going to restart, but the restart occurred over a course of almost 2 decades. Okay.
Well, let's thank you. I'm sorry to cut you guys short. I want to get to the super chat, and then I also want to steer it towards different things from Warner Brothers, because there's a lot of great IP that's not Snyder or DC. For one that I think could really benefit from moving over to Netflix is Mortal Kombat.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is already doing great, though.
Game of Thrones. They're building it. There's like 4 spinoffs coming.
Oh, dude, we're gonna get all those spinoffs, especially for Netflix, dude. They're not making Witcher anymore, so boof. Game of Thrones, brother. Dude. All right, no, dude, I'm telling you right now, like, there are other properties that I'm looking forward to.
I know Brian makes Brian cringe. I'm really looking forward to Harry Potter on Netflix now.
I'm not.
Mortal Kombat with Carl Urban. I'm really excited for the movie, but I think a great Game of Thrones-esque Mortal Kombat series on Netflix. They really whiffed on Mortal Kombat as a franchise in the video game.
Each character, really, Oh, that's a great idea.
But thank you, Rational. And then I want to get Voltaire what he would like IP-wise from Warner Brothers now that it's with Netflix. What besides the Snyder and the DC, what you'd like to see? There's lots of great stuff.
So look, I would like. I've said that they should, for the longest time, even if David Chase doesn't want to do it, they should do a Sopranos spinoff series. They should do a Wire spinoff series. Remember, they have all these great shows.
Oh, The Wire will be great.
And everything. Remember that Breaking Bad, as big a show as it is now, even Vince Gilligan will say it was mediocre. It wasn't until Netflix started playing Breaking Bad.
Okay,
it blew up.
Speaking of Breaking Bad, okay, I got a hot take. I hate that show.
Well, I love it.
Oh my god! Oh, I can't fucking stand it.
Okay.
I got.
Did you see Better Call Saul?
That's just like your opinion, man.
No.
Did you see Better Call Saul?
And here's why.
You might love that because it's so different.
I'll have to watch that because I did like Saul Goodman's
At least
character.
try the at least the pilot.
No. Here's why I don't like it. Okay? It brought out the snarky in me for one. Okay, because like some shows have establishing shots. Okay, Breaking Bad establishing shots are like these big theatrical cinematic fucking things where it's like you gotta have the clouds going in one direction at one speed and the car going in another direction at a different speed. It's like, what the hell?
It's like P.T. Anderson.
What kind of crap is this? Okay, it's like a film. It's a film student's like wet dream.
Yeah, like P.T. Anderson. Yeah, 100%.
And I get it because that show has spawned a lot of name directors nowadays.
Well, the story is really what makes it.
I understand it.
Now,
as far as the story,
but you're right.
I grew up in a meth town. Okay,
oh, here we go.
I don't like it when people glorify meth.
They're not glorifying it. It's horrible. It turns you off from it.
Okay.
If you've never done meth before and you've seen Breaking Bad, and then you hear someone that you know is doing meth, you're like, "Holy!"
I was seriously
shit.
considering
No way.
doing meth, Brian, and then I watched the show and I changed my mind.
See.
I didn't have to see the show.
Proof of concept.
Ruin people in my family's lives.
No, but in all seriousness, I think you should check out Better Call Saul because it's so different. It's not about drugs. It's about a lawyer.
Does it have
going downhill?
Establishing shots, man? Because I can't handle that crap, dude.
There might be some, but not as much as Breaking Bad. It's much less cinematic. It's much more like a TV show.
Let's get to our new member because we also got to get to Avatar free
nudist membership. Congratulations, dude.
And James Cameron, and he sent a super chat, and this is what he wanted to send the super chat about.
Jeff
Snyder from the hot mic, not the mic drop. Who's not the most unbiased person here because he has a Patreon for his scoops, but that's the game. I still like Jeff Snyder. So what he is hearing is, and this is where when you talked about when I get a lot of crap, I call a gun hater. Is I think James Gunn's very talented. I think he could do a great job as DC. I wasn't happy when they got rid of Cavill, whatever, but I gave him a shot. But I said, what makes you think that Warner Brothers is going to be any different because James Gunn? They act like he's Jesus, like he's just going to everything he's going to bring in. DC's going to be a smash success. Yeah.
How is this a surprise? Everybody's got a boss, Max.
Yeah, no, I mean, but they're like, and then but they also the same people said James Gunn could just carte blanche to do whatever he wants. Things change. He might not. I'm not saying he can't do whatever he wants now, but he might not have the carte blanche to just do whatever he wants now, especially when he's trying to get his contract extended. We don't know. We don't know if he's going to stick around. Maybe he might want to move on after Man of Tomorrow. Maybe he'd be like, you know what? Because he did movies before.
I contributed my thing. Yeah, he might not want to do this for 20 years.
He might want to do another movie that's not superhero. He did Slither that was widely regarded. He did some.
That's his real thing. I mean, that's his real style.
Who knows if he's going to want to stay? But we don't like. If people just think he could do whatever he wants. Maybe he can.
No, that's why he agreed to. That's why he agreed to 6 years.
According to a source, I'm not saying this is confirmed either. What he's hearing is Netflix WBD deal goes through. Gunn would have to report to Dan Lin and wouldn't have autonomous control of DC Studios. They are saying that in the press.
But who's Dan Lin?
I don't
for the normies. Who's Dan Lin?
I can't remember.
Presumably some bigwig at Netflix, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you're right.
But in the press,
like Zaslav.
In the press, Netflix is saying, "Oh, we're down on theatrical, and it's and everything's the same, and Zaslav's going to stay on." Zaslav wants his golden. Once you show Zaslav the money, he's bouncing because I don't have proof of that. That's just my speculation. Mainly, this was
You
going
think
to be a
Gunn is going to
merger.
bounce?
The moment the shareholders said, we're not giving you your raise you want, Zaslav, we're decreasing your pay. He's like, yeah, I'm selling this off real fast. So when they tell in the public eye, Zaslav's thing, it's the status quo. You don't pay all that money. They said that with George Lucas too. Remember, George Lucas? There was Kathy looking at him in the eye. We're going to work with you, George, on projects. You're going to have a great time. And did that happen? No, it didn't. When IP changes hands, it's possible it stays the same. You just don't know. Voltaire, Brian, Larry, Voltaire first. What do you think of that? They're saying status quo. A lot of people in the press, Jeff the Insider, says he would not have autonomous control of DC Studios, would have to go through someone else in order to get things greenlit.
What,
that's not Schneider or Schneider?
He had.
I thought it was Schneider.
He had autonomous control at Warner Brothers.
That's what they said. That's what the Gunn Bros.
Well, under Zaslav,
I think up to a point he could do pretty much what he wants, but he still has influence from the people above him.
No, there's still
don't
above
want you to do that. That could still influence his career.
He even admitted that. He admitted stuff like that.
Yeah,
like we ended up not doing this or that.
This is fanboy logic, though, Voltaire.
No,
he can do whatever he wants, and it's just gonna go, But this is what Jeff Snyder's hearing. What do you think about this scoop from Jeff Snyder about what's happening with James Gunn?
I think it's much ado about nothing, personally. I don't think that changes anything. I think, James Gunn, I don't think he had carte blanche. He still had to get money from somebody. He had to get approved from somebody, right? He doesn't just get to do whatever he wants.
Well, that's what I'm saying. To suggest he did was kind of ludicrous in the first place.
Correct. That's my point. He had, maybe he had final say. He still has to go to that.
Well, to be fair, that's something that James Gunn put on himself when he pronounced the slate. He said, now it's different than the last version of DC. Now it's DC Studios separate where we can make our own decisions. He kind of put that narrative out there himself.
Well, I think that's real. That's like a new production company that they made.
But
and he's in charge of that.
We don't know if it's going to be the same. We don't know if it's going to be the same as a company that failed and went into another merger. We don't know.
There's still.
Well, they're giving it a year, I think.
There's still a hierarchy in place, though. That's the main thing.
The hierarchy of power has changed.
Oh, Dwayne! Shout out to Dwayne. Oh, he's coming back, baby. You got to remember one thing. I'm just gonna put in here real quick. Is that don't forget that before the merger was happening, we heard that DeLuca and Abdi were back or their jobs were secure. They're the ones who were pushing that stuff. Yeah. And
they were
if
saying
they're still there, but if they're still there, and I think and I said this to Max before, why was Zach really posting that stuff? I'm not saying it's definitely coming back. I'm just saying that someone at Netflix was probably listen, we're buying that shit. So if you want to, get yourself ready to do something, even if it's just one movie. It was reported he might only want to do a Dark Knight Returns adaptation.
At the bare minimum, let me phrase it.
The Abdi and DeLuca thing, it gives me some confidence in that.
At the bare minimum, we don't know if James Gunn is going to have the same carte blanche to do what he did in the last version because things have changed. We don't know. We don't know if now reporting to someone else. Boss. What happens when you're at work and you get a new boss? Is it stay exactly the same? It could.
It might be similar. Not. Yeah, it might be. They might say, "Listen, you can do X and Y."
Especially since we don't know all the reasons that Netflix did this. We don't know what their plans are. Maybe they might put DC. Yeah. Maybe they might just see what James Gunn does.
Of course. Over the next year.
Most logic. There's a lot of stuff you could play in there. Is just see what James Gunn does and just wait and see. And not do anything, not green on anything, and wait and see.
I think that's what they're going to do.
That's a tactic too when you do these. What's in the pipeline so far? Let's see what hits.
They said it's going to take 12 to 16 months for it to even go into effect. So that gives them a perfect time to see what happens with Supergirl, see how that does, see how Lander's done on streaming. They get to test both theater and
But why in God's green earth would you pull the plug after that?
No, I wouldn't.
No, I don't think they will. I don't think they will pull the plug.
Ludicrous.
They're going to see.
And
they're the people that are saying they're going to just cancel it. I don't agree with them.
No, that'll never happen.
I don't agree with them. Yeah,
well,
it's a silly idea.
Is it safe to say that James Gunn, with now working with Netflix, it might not be the same. It's probably things are different from his last version of DC significantly. Mergers are happening. His contract is not renewed yet. It's probably not going to be the same as it was.
Well, you use the perfect analogy on a small scale. I don't care if you're working at a corporation, a movie studio, or a McDonald's. New management comes in, things change, right? Yeah. How much they
might
change,
get better for him.
Right.
Maybe he'll get more money. Maybe he'll get more projects.
I'm just saying Netflix has a history of wanting to work with name creators, and James Gunn is that. So I don't think that they're going to go scorched earth on him and they want to KO him.
Maybe James Gunn will be like, I'm working with Netflix now. Maybe there's some Netflix IP he wants to do.
They'll probably try to court him.
Maybe they'll give him a first look deal. Like
they might even give him more stuff to do. Like they might say, like there might be a project that he couldn't do on whatever.
Exactly.
No matter what,
like The Authority or something.
He was producing.
He was even bitching about that.
Hang on, he was producing streaming content for HBO, and as much as HBO's streaming content does not have the reach that Netflix does, if you don't think that he's somewhat excited about that, at least, that's crazy. Of course he is.
Well, actually, James Gunn's might be probably in a better position now because he's a lot,
Well, the thing
more money.
You're tapping into a wider audience with Netflix, okay, which is cool. You got to think, like right now we're in the middle of a little cultural thing, okay? The last season of Stranger Things, okay? It got somebody like me who was like, I ain't watching this show. I watched it. I'm all caught up now. Way to go, Will.
Yeah.
Way to go, Will.
James Gunn, Netflix might be the best thing happen to James Gunn. Probably has original IPs like Zach. And he could strike a better deal than he has with Warner Brothers right now. This might be really good for James Gunn too. We just don't know. There's so many possibilities.
And you're right, more DC things that he might have wanted to do that the HBO Max
talk like, about
you could do one every 2 years.
Things. The most likely to come up with a new I think
it's James Gunn.
James Gunn has some really Breitbart.
I agree.
Really cool idea.
I agree.
Set the world on fire, but something like a series, he probably has some very interesting horrors popping right now. They could do something with.
I think he's very similar to Snyder, where it's like I want more DC out of both of them, but they both should be doing their own thing.
I think they
want to do their own thing.
My personal preference is I would put Zach back on adaptations of graphic novels, which he does great with. 300, Watchmen. I love that shit. I know Brian is different opinion, whatever. I love that's my favorite stuff.
I think 300 was a fantastic movie. Yeah. It was really good when it came out. Watchmen was a great movie. I like Steel, which is what BVS. I hit a wall, be it studio interference or what have you.
Oh, it happened. It definitely happened.
I would put Zach back on adaptations of stuff that I think he does better. And I would actually move James Gunn, which I enjoy his comic book stuff in his adaptations, but I think he's very intelligent and very interesting ideas. I would put him more on original IP and see what he's like. I would prefer that from him,
but
instead of just adaptations.
Well, the problem with Zach is he hit a wall with Rebel Moon. A lot of the fans didn't follow him down that route. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if it's interesting that Netflix would be like, we're still going to work with you, even though that didn't do too well. But like they can series like after the first season, they're like didn't even get a chance. It's really interesting.
Netflix.
I think they're picky and choosy.
Netflix has had a taste of working with Snyder, and it hasn't been that great for them. In fact,
I think they trust him. I think they trust him that he has potential.
I think
of his projects.
There's a way to.
I think they're cool with him.
There's a way to frame it and spin it in either direction. It certainly hasn't been a smash success. It certainly hasn't been that. It hasn't been a failure. I do know the watch time from all these reports were pretty good across the world, but it didn't gain like new subscribers, things like that, things like they look for. They did also go on the record of saying more Zach the better, but that was also when they were trying to promote. So there's spin and PR on that. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's as bad as where they wouldn't work with him again.
No, I get the vibe they like him. They want to work with him again, and they're forgiving those losses, which they won't do with the series.
It's not show friends, it's show business. Yeah.
No, of course.
I don't think it's as bad as people are saying that everything is canceled. No, they may not work with him. They didn't renew his contract. I don't.
They're
know.
Cool with them. Why would he be posting that stuff before they bought it?
That's sure. I don't think he was on his own. But let's get the Rationals $5 super chat here. Dan Lin is the head of Netflix film. He's not the CEO. Ted Sarandos is the CEO. So Jeff is saying Gunn's position will be like Hamada's position. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's going to be exactly the same. We'll have to see how I haven't even heard James Gunn's comments on this yet. I don't know. I'm very interested to hear his takes on this.
I mean, the last thing I heard from him was that he was like, Superman felt like a proof of concept, and he was worried about the like longevity of the DCU before Superman. And once Superman was done, he's like, all right, now I can relax and just be creative. And I feel like he'll be happy with whoever will give him that window to be creative. Like right now, he knows he has this contract for the next year at least, and maybe longer. And like maybe he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna chill with Netflix too, get more streaming shows in or something. You know.
All right, well let's thank you, Voltaire, my awesome co-host. Gifted 5 memberships. Voltaire, you gifted a membership to yourself.
I need it.
Whoa. You gifted some great people today. Voltaire.
That might be illegal, Voltaire.
Bruce, Kingdom of Nerds. Shout out to Mama Bear Doll. Cyber Styles, another Snyder Bro. Space Case Collectibles. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, Voltaire. Hell yeah. Shout out Cyber Styles and Voltaire.
Appreciate you supporting the show. We are going to do more than just the mic drop. I'm talking. I can confer with Brian to help bring back To the Max. I even forgot the name of the show for a second. To the Max.
That's
oh my god!
That's
and then I have an idea for another show.
Put a question mark.
I'm workshopping with Voltaire and Larry, Brian, that I want to get your opinion on. You know the brosphere stuff?
Huh?
You know the brosphere part of social manosphere stuff?
Sure, kind of.
And you know, I do believe also me and Voltaire have honestly said we shouldn't be laughing at the problems with men. That men have one of the biggest demographics that switched in politics, not to get political, is men. So
I feel
you're losing a lot of men. Also, depression is very prevalent in a lot of men out there. I am workshopping a show that's more on the progressive angle, but it's going to be called the Pro Bro Show. Pro for progressive and pro. Go ahead.
Just from experience, that's kind of antithetical, but continue.
But you didn't let me finish though. But the part of that is sometimes when the pro bros get together, they just shit on the anti bros, the no bros. So the idea is don't be a no bro, because a lot of the reason I believe that the manosphere stuff is they point out a problem and they're right, there is a problem. But I don't think they offer a lot of great solutions. Now, some may differ in opinion there. So I'm going to be focusing on promoting stuff and being positive and, promoting each other, but not just shitting on the no bros. Yes, right. The no bros exist. Okay, you don't like
We're
something.
Positive.
Be a man. Be
a man and love something. And
I'm not saying move on. I'm not saying
love something and be proud of it.
That's your prerogative. Boycott it.
Listen,
don't support it.
Be proud of what you love. Be proud of what you love and preach about good things.
Rogan. But no, there is a need. There is a need for men.
Good
to
fandoms.
A positive place for men on the internet.
And united.
hopefully we could provide that. We're workshopping it. Voltaire also had some insight on that.
We're uniting people over here. At MMA.
What do you think, Brian?
With his
Plus, it rhymes.
These panels get, go for it, buddy.
No, but
it rhymes.
Don't lose your shit when someone gets negative about it, like, oh, you're just being a no bro. Okay, you don't like it.
Well,
you don't have to buy it.
It's
bro.
Part of being a nerd is kind of being an anti-bro.
We're gonna be pro bros, Brian. You can come on as the anti-bro once every couple of episodes and
have fun, guys.
Fight with us. Also, by the way, you can. It's PBS.
Should we call it Real
So
Men
Max,
Cry?
you could jump on that. No, Pro Bro Show is PBS. It's great.
PBS, yeah.
PBS every week with Max.
What do you think, Voltaire? I think there's a need. I'm still figuring out the details. I don't know. It needs work, I guess.
Yeah. I'd like a show to spread positivity to.
What about the name, the Pro Bro Show?
That's
I like
point.
that.
That's fine.
I love it.
We tried a positive show. Remember, Max?
It rhymes.
It was called To the Max.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming back too, I heard.
Yeah, CGH weightlifting will be promoted on the show. I'm sorry, but that's a big part of it.
No, being healthy. Like, we don't need to be like necessarily knock people that are not healthy, but definitely promote. That's the focus. Like, don't be a no bro. Right. Okay, people, I took a long time I need to get back on I'm taking New Year's very seriously, get back on the track with exercise. Look how many years it took me to get, healthy. I still work on it. It's an everyday process.
But that's part of it. Part of it. It's the pro health.
A no bro would be pointing out a problem and just saying, you slobs over there or whatever and just being negative.
No,
but like, it's great to work out together, honestly, I get really tired. When I force myself to go outside and get some fresh air, sometimes I wake up and I don't take a nap that day and I have a great day and a great experience. There's lots of things. I don't know what you're talking about, CGH. Okay.
I saw CGH. That is so funny. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
we're pro health, pro exercise, pro things.
Right. Yeah, let's give
people.
Let's give a topic that people might think I'm a no bro on is Avatar 3. I do never count James Cameron out. Okay? I think he's had some really cringe takes. He doesn't want Netflix movies to be eligible for awards contention. I think is bullshit. I think if it's good, it's good. It doesn't matter where you see it. If it's a YouTube movie and it's really amazing, it should be considered for the award contention. So he also has some words. I didn't listen to this yet about the Netflix merger. And I will say this, I wouldn't be surprised if Avatar 3 makes a lot of money. I just don't feel Avatar 1, I said, don't count him out. Avatar 2, don't count him out. Something's changed in the last few years with theatrical, and I don't think it's going to, I just don't believe, I'd be happy to be wrong. I'd be happy if Avatar 3 makes money. Avatar 2 money, I want to see Avatar 4 and 5. I wish it would get better. I think there's cool ideas in there. But I think he's becoming more out of touch here. Any thoughts on Avatar 3 and the potential success or failure of it? I'm not being a no bro. I'm not rooting against Avatar 3. Like there are people out there that say Avatar sucks.
I'm trying to get this no bro thing to stick this terminology, right?
I still haven't watched the second one yet. So
a no bro would be saying Avatar sucks. It was never good. James Cameron's overrated. It's gonna suck. It's
okay. Yeah, I guess I'm a no bro.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, Brian's a no bro on Avatar, but I don't want it to. But I just don't feel it's.
Dude, I know, bro. It's your pro bro show. Okay.
It's okay. We respect your no bro.
I think this is going to be a first whiff for James Cameron. I don't think it's going to get the money that it justify the budget. To justify the budget.
James Cameron's head is all the way up his ass in more ways than one. And I like it there too. And I love Cameron. He made my favorite movie, T2.
Yeah.
Favorite movie of all time. And I think
some of the best sequels of all time.
The greatest. And I think maybe the next Avatar will be worth seeing in IMAX 3D because of the technology.
Yeah, I just don't even think it's the poll
But
is
that's
there.
about it.
I've
what's
said
your
it a million times. The only reason the first Avatar was spectacular is because it was that. It was
The technology.
spectacular.
Brian's correct.
Okay.
Brian's correct. Because I saw the second. I missed the first one in the 3D.
Dude,
Saw it on TV. Unwatchable.
Better.
Unwatchable.
Special effects have actually gotten worse.
But I will. But Brian, I will say that the first one I thought was unwatchable on TV, and I caught the second one in the IMAX 3D, and it was like it's pretty cool. Like certain parts just felt like I was like in a 3D aquarium, and like the story was still really bad.
Let's get Voltaire on this. What do you think about
technology
potential for Avatar 3? Do you think it's still on track, or are you kind of going with me, Voltaire? Maybe it's not there this time. I'm really doubting it this time.
Didn't Avatar 2 make $2 billion?
It at least made a $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to bet against that. I
just don't feel it's. We already got some projections of the first box office weekend. It's like close to 100 million. That's not good.
He's making excuses. His last, we read an article about him last week where he said maybe this is the last one if it doesn't do well, which implies to me he thinks it's not going to do well.
Yeah.
Really? He said that?
Wow. Yeah. He said we could finish it off in a comic book or something or whatever.
But wasn't he complaining?
Oh wow, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
he was bitching about the budget though. Like the budget for this movie is like half $500 million.
Wait a second, hold on. Weren't they filming 4 and 5 at the same time? I heard the actress was like, I don't even know which movie I'm filming because I'm just doing scenes. And it's for 4 and 5.
I respect James Cameron's principles, but part of the budget for the Avatar movies is so bloated because he insists on authenticity, where some things can be used with modern technology even further where he's gone for automation, but he refuses, and these budgets keep getting bigger and bigger. And if it does not make, you need to make significantly more money for an Avatar film to make a sequel. And you have to have investors for new technologies for theatrical too.
Wait, so you're saying he's turning down new technology?
Oh yeah, he refuses certain AI solutions,
but
which
why?
I
out of principle?
understand. Yes.
Okay.
Like he wants motion capture, everything, people on there, the whole process.
He can't afford mocap. He should be able to afford mocap.
No, he does mocap, but if there's a situation where it could be animated, he insists on mocap.
I gotcha.
Which timing, getting all the actors there, and then
it's a lot of work.
Eyes on every single animation frame. Which is
you're right.
But it's going to cost. It's a bigger hurdle to get towards profitability in this day and age, and it's not pushing the technology like Nolan or anything. Like Nolan's doing IMAX and stuff. He does IMAX too. But why are people pre-ordering? They're pre-ordering Odyssey a year in advance. They're not pre-ordering Avatar 3 a year in advance.
It's like sold out, I think. The opening night is already.
I think Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve have taken the mantle from James Cameron a little bit, and he's not got that fire like he once was. And I want Avatar 3 to be a smash success. I just don't see it.
Well, it brings back to where his head is.
Well, up his ass with Terminator and Pandora and Aliens. And
dude, if he comes back for Terminator, I'm all about it, and I'm still a
No, that's what he's actually saying.
I think he's crazy. I know.
He's thinking about coming back for Terminator.
And he should.
Yeah, and we're getting and there's a lot of stuff on AI. It's getting really creepy out there. Some of the AI stuff I've seen, I can't tell the difference now, the newer models.
It's getting tough to tell.
Yeah,
you have to read the comments on whatever the post is, and you can tell when people are saying it's fake or not.
Let's hear what he has to say about it. He is a smug bastard. I still think he's very talented, and thinks he's probably going to comment on Netflix and theatrical. Regardless of the merger, I 100% think Netflix should be eligible for award contention.
Of course. Oh, and Rex, did you hear what Joel Edgerton said? Joel Edgerton did an interview, and he was like, James Cameron, like, we have no right to decide who is worthy of being seen or being awarded. Yeah. Like, some actors only get seen because of streaming. Joel Edgerton was like, fuck you, Cameron.
Should we start an asshole award here? Asshole of the week?
Oh, hell yeah. Cameron wins for now, for tonight.
Because there's 2 contenders this week.
Yeah, you
They're
want to
both
see that
directors.
from Hustler magazine? That was their thing.
Oh well, that's a different kind of asshole. That's the kind I want to see.
No.
Anyway,
They used to actually pick out political figures and stuff who were jerks of the week. Don't ask me how I know.
Okay,
who's the second one?
The second one is Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, for the Dano comment.
Calling out Paul Dano.
Yeah, what the hell?
The worst. That's really some bullshit. Like
Dano's
Tarantino,
great.
He's great, but he's
great too.
I feel like Paul Dano must have banged Quentin Tarantino's girlfriend at some point behind his back.
Dude, 100%. I think that's what the interviewer said.
Oh, really?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it was Bret Easton Ellis. I think he was like, it sounds like, or I might be like, maybe it was a comment, but someone was like, it sounds like he banged the sister and never called her back, or the wife or something.
Quentin, we're gonna put up a poll, a mic drop poll. I didn't know it was started by Hustler. Asshole of the week. We won't always have it, but we had 2 contenders this week. Paul Dano. Let me bring up an article.
I'm gonna say Quentin.
He really like. I think
sucks
some actors are overrated, and I might say it that way. That's a nicer way to say. He just said this guy is the worst actor ever.
Oh, and don't forget who. Well, yeah, he said he's the worst actor in SAG, and then don't forget who else he lumped in, who caught a stray.
Like
Lillard.
Paul Dano is not like he's not like a handsome model type, and he's still successful. So when you show me an actor like that, like Paul Giamatti,
he's no Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, right. Or like what's his name? The guy who died from the overdose from all
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah, great.
Show me actors like that who are not Hollywood lookers and they're still getting roles and doing well. They're doing
and
it
they
on
become
talent,
attractive. And they become attractive for their talent. Yeah. Like there's people that love Paul Dano, and it's like it's not because of his face, everybody. Like it's because he's talented, and he did a great job with the Riddler, and I thought he was great in There Will Be Blood. I think, but what
Tarantino to come out
it's so weird.
Yeah.
And he wasn't asked about who do you not like. He just started spouting about who he doesn't like. And who was it besides him and Matthew Lillard? There was one more.
Oh, you say you didn't like Matthew Lillard either?
Yeah, he was like him and someone and Matthew Lillard. I don't like that. And I was like, bro, first of all, Matthew Lillard is a sweetheart as far as I can tell.
Bro.
And he was great in Twin Peaks.
Okay.
The Return.
Well, I have the poll is live. The a-hole of the week.
Oh, I gotta vote.
Let's listen to James Cameron. What his comments are here.
Shifting under our feet, right? Yeah, I mean, you made a movie with David Ellison, Terminator movie. What do you think of him buying Paramount and trying to take over Warner Brothers?
I think he's the best possible choice.
You do?
Absolutely.
Above Netflix, above Comcast.
Oh, Netflix would be a disaster.
This is what all of Hollywood is saying.
All right. So Netflix basically, Cameron's a Trumpy. If he wanted it to go to Paramount, right?
No.
No?
That bad take. No. There's
I thought that the head of
there's people that are pro Hollywood that just have do not like our president at all.
Oh,
just
well,
not
of course.
want to go to Netflix because of streaming theatrical.
Oh, well, I get that.
He's being a Lars Ulrich. Okay, that's what he's being.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, but remember his Napster tapes, right?
But see, that James Cameron used to be on the verge of new technologies and innovation, but now those people sticking to the theatrical only. Well, Christopher Nolan, it's worked for him. Somehow, Christopher Nolan, when he does it, it's endearing. Like, let me talk to you. But when James Cameron does it, it's kind of like, at least Christopher Nolan didn't say you don't deserve an award if you went to Netflix. That's bullshit.
No, I mean, and also, I mean, I just think that all this rhetoric about a streaming service is buying the thing and there's no more theaters. It's like that's a weird political statement that no one knows if that's true yet. And anyway, it's like it's for stock. It's for the stock people.
Right.
And it's for the investors. And we're just overhearing it. That's what
they're going to age out of this. And the younger creators, they're going to embrace this stuff and they're going to excel at it. You know,
that's what Netflix is doing.
Let's see what else he is
saying. Like we see what the young generation
Sorrento's has gone on record saying theatrical films are dead.
Outmoded, yeah.
No, theatrical is Cameron? Dead, quote unquote. Theatrical is dead.
I don't know if he said that, but he said that it's an outmoded experience.
It's a quote.
for most.
It's a quote. At least
he sounds like an old man.
We believe but now
he's
he's promising theaters if they buy Warner Brothers.
Wrong.
I know.
How old is he, by the way? He sounds like he's 1,000 years old.
Well, I mean, he's not.
I mean, the voice, not the take.
Yeah.
No, not the take. His voice. He sounds like he's in the halfway through the grave. I don't know. Am I wrong?
Well, let's see.
Maybe I'm being mean.
Nah.
Yeah, I love him.
He's fighting against its old man in the cloud territory. It's like
he's 100% being an old man.
People think if you are, it's either with us or against us. People think if you like streaming experience that you want the theaters to die or you're against the theater. No, I want both to thrive.
I want both to.
I'm gonna pick and choose my entertainment.
You've been talking about that recently. How you're like, some aren't worth it. Like some, the spectacle. I'm gonna go to the IMAX if I can. But other things, I'm going to wait till streaming. Imagine if it was one company and you had the ticket either way because you're a Netflix member. So you could either watch, you would just have the choice.
If it gets to theaters,
of course, you're going to see that in the theater
right away.
If? What do you mean, if?
I mean, they still have to start filming it. Yeah.
When?
I believe it is.
No, that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
But the thing is, but Brian, despite what you said about you thinking CBMs are dead, I still think, it's they want to. Netflix, I think, wants to bring it back. I think they want to unite people streaming, and we'll see.
Okay, well, let's hear what else he has to say here. Then we'll start wrapping it up. I'm sorry, guys, I kept us a little bit later here.
Oh, and real quick, Max. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that this isn't as bad as what Scorsese was saying, and it reminds me of what Scorsese was saying. That's why I mentioned
shitting on superhero movies.
Yeah, like that. That's why I mentioned like it made me think of Brian saying they might be dead.
Theaters are still as here as they are. For years, like they've carried the theater industry.
Like Brian, I'm sure, like even with your opinion, you couldn't appreciate the fact that Scorsese was talking out of his ass when he said that stuff because he's like an old man. Like I don't trust the new stuff.
How he came
across, even if you agree with it. Sorry.
How he came across was very boomerish. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting the same vibe from what James Cameron's coming across.
Me too. That's why I connected it. Yeah.
But however, he is not wrong.
Okay. Good take. That's what. Good. That's what I thought. Like even if you agree with them, you could see how it seems boomerish, and it's like. And hey, my parents are boomers. I'm pro boomer.
It's old man yelling at the clouds, but what the hell isn't these days? First,
nice, exactly.
Second,
no, that's exactly.
He's not wrong. I'm telling you, the theatrical experience is dead. I consider myself general population. Okay, I go watch a movie maybe every other year, maybe 2 a year if I'm lucky. You know, that's a crazy year. All right, but
that's a good barometer.
And I'm on these channels every fucking night.
No, I'll go.
Good barometer.
Grab me. The trailer's got to be hot.
And not going to watch movies. Like, dude, do you know how many comic book movies I've had to just like totally zone out for to enjoy like a month or two later? Like Superman, didn't watch it in the theater. Watched it about a month later. Loved it. Okay, why? Because I didn't have anybody's opinions on here trying to fuck with me. Okay. And I get it.
Well, that's why going when it's an empty theater is fun because you get the big screen.
I don't even like going to the theater anymore, dude. First, I can't afford it. Driving to town.
That's a huge thing.
These days sucks. Like,
I hear that.
It's not worth it, dude. Like, and when before I lived in a small town. Okay, the only theater we had was the theater that was built in the fucking gold rush.
Oh wow.
Okay, like. It's old.
Yeah, I believe it.
Small. So when they put 3D in one of the wings of the theater, okay, that was a big deal for Grass Valley, California. I drove to Auburn, which was a half hour away to enjoy a movie at a theater.
Let's hear what James has to say about if Netflix, because he said it's the worst option ever.
Doesn't believe that.
It's sucker bait, right? It's sucker bait, and we'll put the movie out for a week. We'll put it out for 10 days. We'll qualify for Academy Awards consideration. See, I think that's fundamentally rotten at the core. A movie should be made as a movie for theatrical, and the Academy Awards, to me, mean nothing if they don't mean theatrical.
So you think Netflix would be a disaster for Warner Brothers. But big
well,
tech,
Warner Brothers would just become a streamer, and so now you've lost an actual theatrical major, and now you've just increased that avalanche, that sort of.
Weren't we already doing that when Warner Brothers has gone through how many mergers now?
I was gonna say, okay, I was talking
That's
about
already
WCW
happening
earlier. You know what killed WCW was when they merged with Time Magazine.
I mean, what do you think, Voltaire? Hasn't the experiment with Warner Brothers just operating on its own, like not with this big merger? It just hasn't worked the last few times. They've been floundering for years.
So
they've been doing it since Time Warner. Okay, like Time Warner was Time Magazine buying Warner Brothers.
Yeah. When they changed to Max and they brought in the Discovery Channel stuff, I actually thought that was a game changer. Like I thought that's an amazing amount of content on there, and then popular content. Maybe you don't watch it, but like that 90 Day Fiance, all that stuff. My 600-pound life stuff that people watch was available for streaming, all in one package. You know what I mean? So it didn't work.
The problem with that though is that the novelty wore off really quick.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, see what I think.
Dude, I was excited. I could watch Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives and Superman all on the same platform. But dude, honestly, how many times can you watch Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives? It gets boring. Like,
yeah, I thought it was the best value in the streaming, world, but it just didn't hit.
Well, James Cameron, I think what he's doing here is fighting against something that has already fundamentally changed. They've already been floundering for years. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to go for sale yet again. And the people that were buying them, Paramount was struggling too. That shows you what's going on. Paramount also was struggling. They were trying to buy them.
Bro, Disney's struggling. Everybody's struggling right now, man. Like, damn.
Netflix has figured out how to make money on the streaming model.
Yeah. Right? No, they've cornered the market, and rightfully so. They've earned it.
I thought Netflix was going to crumble when all these other streaming services came out. I go, wow, they actually have competition now, and they didn't crumble, everybody. And they don't even have real IP. This is people scared. Like Netflix was okay, guys. This is why I bought Netflix stock this week, and I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just telling you, Netflix didn't have IP, and it was killing everybody. Now they have IP, good IP. What is Netflix going to become? Why are people fretting about this? Because Netflix was already big.
Because they're coping with the world that's already changed. The entertainment industry has already changed. They just are not realizing it yet, or they're on the outliers of people that still get success. Like James Cameron still gets success. He doesn't have to deal with the issues. He doesn't really have to deal with Terminator reboot flopping again. He gets money off of it. He says it's great, but does he really have to deal with it? No.
Yeah. Netflix can now make Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, you know what I mean? And all that DC stuff.
Oh my goodness, Lord of the Rings on Netflix?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I thought that's Amazon.
So there's a weird IP thing.
Amazon has Lord of the Rings, but
they don't have the books though. They don't have the books.
Interesting.
Well, Cal is back. Hey, Cal.
Hey, bud.
Oh, shout out Cal. What up, yo?
All right, let's finish what James has. I gotta call tonight because it's already 1:00.
I have one topic that I don't know if you saw or not. That's related. That's exciting. Okay. So we could do real quick.
All right,
after Cameron
let's get this here. And because the thing is, streaming got its foothold with the artistic base that they did, and I'm not just saying Netflix. I'm saying all of them, by throwing crazy money at it and attracting the A-list talent and then pulling the carpet out from underneath that, right? So now budgets are half or a third of what they were.
Oh my God. Scorsese couldn't get a job anywhere, and Netflix is the only one to hire him. Guillermo del Toro couldn't get a traditional job, and he deserves it, but he would not compromise his vision. He wouldn't get the budget in Hollywood system.
And Snyder.
Snyder. Yeah, well, Snyder significantly cut his budget down.
He got what he wanted to do.
He was in a place of he was desperate at that time. So was Ayer when he went to Netflix. But
so was Scorsese.
Scorsese would not admit he was from a position.
He did say that none of the studios would make Irishman. Yeah.
He was bitter. That's why he talked about comic book movies.
James
He was like, they're getting a budget. No, I'm not.
Against a company which has many flaws, but actually saved significant projects that Hollywood discarded.
Exactly. And I got to see Frankenstein in the theater, and it was worth it, even though it was on Netflix.
So you should have both for years in Hollywood, and Netflix is the only one that made it happen.
Think about that. Like, he's a huge auteur of Hollywood. And you know who else was, by the way, you know who else who had a deal with Netflix? David Lynch. Yeah. Before he passed away, his last project was going to be, he said, I'm done with films. I'm only going to do series, long form storytelling. And he had a deal with Netflix for his new thing.
Called the streaming service is a new art house.
Yeah. Doesn't this show how out of touch James
and I'm
Cameron
sure it would still be in the theater for a weekend.
Working in Hollywood right now because he's had success. He's been working on Avatar films. He doesn't realize that other big directors, James Cameron comes, they give him the money to make the movie, but they don't even give Scorsese or Del Toro, his good friend Guillermo del Toro, they didn't give him the money to make his movie. Only Netflix.
So Max, can I answer first? And I'll be quick.
Please be quick. Yeah.
I'm going to answer your question. No, I don't. He made himself clear about his priorities when he made that statement. I don't think it was in this, but I think it was in a written article interview where he said, if it hasn't been playing for 2 months in a theater, it shouldn't be eligible. And it's like, well, hold on. And he had like a number of screens too. Like, if it hasn't been playing in a month or two, at least with 200,000 screens, it shouldn't be eligible for. And it's like, so, but I look at Frankenstein and it's like, it had a theatrical run. It was limited. It should be up for Oscars. And it's like, I don't think that's a loophole. I think Netflix is smart by being like, we can do theatrical and streaming, which is what their whole plan obviously is. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I think it's funny that when James Cameron was like, it has to be 2 months and at least 250,000 screens. It's like, that's what he thinks is worthy. Whereas like Zack Snyder was like, you know what, I'll put my movies on Netflix. Whereas something Cameron is like, no, it has to be in the theater. It's like, dude, you're clinging to, you're not being flexible, which an artist has to be adaptable.
They can do an amazing story. You know what? Avatar probably would, at this point, they could, if they don't do Avatar 4, they could have done a series on Disney Plus, but he won't let it happen. He won't let it happen.
Dude, that could have been better. Because actually make me care about the characters for once. Because that's the one thing with Avatar. It's all spectacle. I don't give a shit about the story or the characters. And if they had like a True Detective or Stranger Things or like some kind of build-up, I might actually care about them. But he won't do that. He's like, no.
All right, let's finish this.
Yeah, that was quick, right?
Like Dune, Wicked, Avatar, whatever, they're not getting greenlit for streaming. And they're also not getting greenlit by the theatrical side of the existing majors, right? So now it's fallen through the middle.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix has tried. They did a Zack Snyder movie. They've done some Russo brothers movies that are on the level of budgets that you would get for that stuff. It just hasn't really worked
because that's not their business.
It's not their business. You're right.
Okay, I guess he didn't talk about. All right, let me see.
He sucks.
Isaac, the biggest movie fan. 7 is back. The Snyderverse is not going to get restored. I didn't say it was. I said it's possible, and why wouldn't you? Why Netflix bought Warner Bros. You need help anymore? Who thinks that you need help? Stranger things have happened. I'm not holding out hope. I just want. I'm happy Warner Bros. Actually sold. I'm actually happy that I'm going to see Harry Potter on Netflix. That we might get Mortal Kombat. And more Mortal Kombat and other IP, and
that should be a series.
I'm actually happy for James Gunn. I think this is really good for James Gunn. Better than no one. I think. What do you think would be better for James Gunn? Paramount buying it or Netflix? Netflix has way more money. Really,
way more eyeballs.
Definitely Netflix, and not adverse politics.
That quickness, because I got to get to bed. What's your quick topic at the end, Larry?
Oh, my quick topic was, I don't know if any of you guys saw the article that DC, and I don't know if this has anything to do with the merging stuff. I think it's just an in-house different thing, but DC is looking to license rides to other theme parks aside from Six Flags, like including Universal. Universal was the only named company. So it's like, imagine Universal Studios is going to have like maybe a DC World.
The
like
other thing
that's in the news. It's
Netflix,
exciting.
Great topic, Larry.
Another reason to invest, by the way, in DC, maybe Netflix.
Even a more stock, Voltaire, is because
that's right, Voltaire.
Is they got WB Games, and Netflix has already started experimenting with streaming video games on Netflix too. So there is that part of. I think WB Games was part of this too. That can be another hidden benefit of this merger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that it was the news dropped on the same day, but like independent of the other story.
In WB
like today,
Games, doing pretty good, at least with the Harry Potter video game and something else I was working on. There's a lot. And woo, the next Mortal Kombat game with Ed Boon and cameos from movie characters, and you could get all kind of Netflix characters.
You have 11 in Mortal Kombat.
Oh man, that would be crazy. Demogorgon.
Vecna.
Yeah. All right, I think that's all we got. Thank you.
Holds you up in the air and breaks all your bones.
Thank you, Voltaire, Brian, Larry. This was a great show. I appreciate everyone supporting in the chat. Let us know you're not AI by smashing the hell out of the thumbs up button and leaving a comment. Hit Replay Crew to let us know. I'm glad to see everyone make the rounds. Hope to be streaming more and not just the mic drop, even though love the mic drop. Some other things I'm working on. And Voltaire, if you would take us out, please.
Good night and good luck, everyone.